Just because you can buy it does not mean you can ever sell it. Some sellers offer a great deal because they're hiding a huge problem. If you buy land with any of these 7 deal breakers, you aren't an investor. You're just holding a heavy bag of dirt that no one wants. Take this small lot in Central Florida. My client loved it. It was flat, dry. He could already see his dream house right in the middle. I wrote the offer up and sent it over immediately. But while I was waiting for the other agent to call me back, I did my homework. I called the city building department and asked this one simple question. Can my client build on this lot? That's when my client's dream crumbled. In that area, you must have 1 full acre to build a house. But this lot was 0.98 acres. Because they were missing 2% of an acre, one tiny sliver piece of land, they could not build a house. The city said, no house, no building unless you buy the remaining 2% from your neighbor. That $100,000 lot was almost worth nothing, and my client could have lost thousands of dollars if I didn't start my homework right away, which is exactly why you must check these 7 things so this does not happen to you. Number 1, wetlands. A wetland is not just a swamp with alligators. It can be as subtle as a small patch of grass that holds water whenever it rains. Think of a wetland like a sponge and a filter. It soaks up heavy rain so your neighbor's house doesn't flood. It also cleans the water before it goes into a pond for us to drink. Because wetlands do such a big job, the law protects them. You cannot just remove a wetland or pave over them like a small little puddle. In Florida, if you want to build on a wetland, you must pay for a mitigation credit. This is just a fancy way of saying you must pay the government for them to create a wetland somewhere else. In 2026, this can cost you hundreds to thousands of dollars. If you buy a cheap lot full of wetlands, you might owe more money in fees than the house is even worth. Number 2, building space. Just because you have an acre does not mean you can build a giant house. I sold my client 1 acre of land, and the city allowed him to build on 20% of the land. But his neighbor, same lot, right next door, was only allowed to build on 10%. Why does this matter? Building space includes house, driveway, garage, pool. My brother's lot had plenty of room to build, but the neighbor, after adding a driveway and a garage, was only able to build a tiny house. They had a huge lot, but legally, they were trapped. Always ask what is the maximum lot coverage before you buy. And number 3 is bad, and people don't talk about it enough. It's called the tree trap. People think that wooded lots are private, beautiful, the potential, but they are so expensive to fix. Imagine walking in a forest trying to figure out where's your kitchen gonna go. Before you can do anything, you must call someone to clear out every single tree. It can cost $15,000 just to clear 1 acre. And you must make sure that the roots are completely removed, the stump is grinded all the way down before you start building the foundation of your house. But the real scary part can be hazardous trees. These are big, old trees. They sometimes look a little wonky and hang a little lower. You cannot just knock those trees down with a bulldozer. They need a special crane to make sure that the sad, sick tree doesn't fall on your neighbor's house. And 1 sick tree can cost you anywhere from $5,000. If your cheap lot has 5 sick trees, you can spend $25,000 just removing trees before you buy anything for the foundation of your house. But number 4 might be the worst. This is called being landlocked. Imagine you buy a beautiful lot that's tucked behind 3 different houses. There's a dirt path that everyone uses, but it's all in a handshake agreement. There's no real road. So you buy the lot and your neighbor hates you. So now they put up a fence and block off the dirt road that you have been using to access your house. To fix this, you have to hire a lawyer to get an easement. That's a legal paper that says you have the right to drive over your neighbor's land. But here's the secret. The neighbor does not have to say yes. You might have to go to court and spend years trying to fight to get just a driveway to your house. If you don't have a legal way to enter the land, the city will never let you build a house. But number 5 is actually the opposite problem, the bad easement. This is when the city or a power company has the right to use your lot, sometimes directly in the middle of your lot. I want you to imagine you have a perfectly square piece of land, but right through the center, there's a 50-foot wide center for power lines or sewer pipes. You could not legally build anything on top of that space. No house, no pool, not even a shed. That easement splits your lot directly in half. Even if you have plenty of land, it might not be wide enough to add a front door. Then you're stuck paying taxes on a lot that you can only use as a garden. But number 6, buyers chase the most: the deserted island. Some land is cheap because it's away from everyone else, but being a pioneer is expensive. If there are no other houses nearby, there's most likely no power, electricity, water, so now you have to pay an electrical company to bring the wires to you. In 2026, it can cost you $20 a foot for wiring. And if the nearest pole is far away, you could spend $20,000, $30,000 just on electricity. Then you have to pay $10,000 for a well so you have water, and $15,000 for a septic system to take away your waste. So that cheap $5,000 lot just cost you $50,000 and you haven't even started building. Number 7, the wrong rules. This is called zoning. It's a set of laws that tell you exactly what you can build on that property. My client wanted to build 1 big house and 2 smaller houses for his children, but the zoning laws did not agree. He thought he could just ask the city to change the rules, but applying to rezone a property could take years, and they could still say no. And if they say no, you're now stuck with a giant lot that can only fit 1 house. Never buy land for what you hope the rules will be. Buy it for what the rules are today. Land is a great way to grow your money, only if you know the red flags. Don't be the one left holding the bag. I've sold over $31 million in real estate, and I've seen these mistakes ruin people's lives. If you want to be a smart buyer, click the link below for my free vacant land questionnaire guide. It's the same list that I use to check every piece of vacant land in under 60 seconds. And if you think buying vacant land is scary, wait until you see the houses you should never buy. Click right here to watch my video of the homes that you should never buy. Make sure to like and subscribe so I can keep on making these videos for you guys. I'm Krissy, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.